You are tuned in to the JDawg and Levis Show. After years of playing together in bands and tons of late-night conversations, it was decided that it was only fair we repeat it all here.
Hey, in studio Alex here tonight. I'm special guest on the JDawg and Levis Show, and I'm going to be getting them drunk on at least 5 summer beers. Also tonight, our good friend Jim Gould giving us some Urban Dictionary, as well as the Inspirational Thought of the Day, which is a new segment here on the JDawg and Levis Show. And trust me, I've heard it. You are going to love it. Oh, and we're going to talk about something about some Pokemon Go crap or something. I don't know what that's all about. So join us tonight on the JDawg and Levis Show.
I wasn't born for digging deep holes. I'm not made for paving long roads. I ain't cut out to climb highline poles, but I'm pretty good at drinking beer. I'm not the type to work in a bank, and I'm no good at slapping on things. Don't have a knack for making motors crank, but I'm pretty good at drinking beer. So hand me one more, that's what I'm here for. I'm built for having a ball. I love the nightlife, I love my Bud Light. I like 'em cold and tall. I ain't much for mowing thick grass, and I'm too slow for working too fast. I don't do windows, honey, so don't ask. So I'm pretty good at drinking beer. A go-getter, maybe I'm not. I'm not known for doing a lot. I do my best work when the weather's hot, and I'm pretty good at drinking beer. So hand me one more, that's what I'm here for. I'm built for having a ball. I love the nightlife, I love my Bud Light. I like 'em cold and tall. I wasn't born for digging deep holes, and I'm not made for paving long roads. I ain't cut out to climb highline poles, but I'm pretty good at drinking beer. I'm pretty good at drinking beer. JDawg, Levis, and Alex are pretty good at drinking beer.
Brilliant, Jim. Brilliant.
Who was that? Where'd that guy come from?
Ladies and gentlemen, JDawg, live on the JDawg and Levis Show. It's not podcast 28. I told you every 14 episodes I would sing a song.
Oh, okay.
But
You're a little early.
tonight, this song is very fitting.
True.
I am pretty good at drinking beer when I have to. And tonight, we have an in-studio guest who knows a little something about beer.
Oh.
12, get this, 12 podcasts ago.
What?
Go figure.
No.
12 podcasts ago, he graced our presence here.
St. Patrick's Day.
St.
Wow.
Patrick's Day. Yeah. It was,
Oh my gosh,
it was
I can still taste that chiffon.
there's still a little on the table here
think
in front of
so.
me. I just left it there for you if you want to get a lick of that. But in-studio Alex is back.
Thanks for having me.
Hello in studio, Alex.
Absolutely.
Glad to be back.
He traveled all the way from Bogart, Indiana. That's where you're from? So it was quite a drive. He left about 2 this morning. There was a lot of traffic. So
Man, once you get through the snipers and Gary, it's pretty much a safe ride.
it is a safe ride. So thank you very much for coming in. We're going to be experiencing summer brew review tonight with In Studio
That
Alex.
is correct.
Thank goodness.
And Lee was a little bit scared when he heard you were coming.
It's true.
Because he thought we were going to move up to like 20W50 with Wombat pee and poo stirred in. But I think we're going to keep it light tonight. I hear it's...
Make it thicker. I want it thicker.
I like my beer thick.
A foamy head. And make it thicker.
Yeah, the highest...
I haven't even had anything to drink yet.
You really like saying that, don't you?
Thicker.
There you go.
The highest alcohol tonight is 5.1%, which is just a regular beer.
5.1. Regular beer tonight.
Regular, okay.
Leave us regular beer.
Yeah, well...
So
in the fall,
we'll see.
when I do the Belgian special, you better bring a sleeping bag at night. You ain't driving home that night.
Isn't that the 10% crazy
9.
white
5,
ale
10,
stuff?
11, 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Belgian stout.
You're going to do a wine special too, but that probably over the winter months, maybe.
Yeah,
you were talking about a wine special.
Yeah, we can do that too.
Because I do like the wine.
You do.
I do. Probably the best wine I ever had. It was in a bottle shaped like a cat. And it was pink.
You never drank that.
No, I didn't. I did not drink out of that
still
bottle.
Sitting in my house.
Alex had a wine party one evening, and I was invited. And
Was it?
I said, so before the party, I said, people said, what can I bring? And I said, anything except cats and white Zinfandel. So a guy that worked for me at the time, or works for me, Keith, he showed up with a bottle that was shaped like a cat that had white Zinfandel in it. And I said,
it was
bravo,
everything.
well
Wow.
done.
And the only thing it missed was it wasn't olive green.
Was that the night that we put Manny in front of the fire?
It was.
Okay.
Manny was in front of the fire, and he stayed there most of the night.
He did.
He doesn't like the cold. But I did not drink that one. But there was another wine, and out of studio Keith, since he's never been in studio, brought this wine, and it was some kind of like 1846 George Washington's dad, been in the basement for 150 years.
Oh, man.
And he broke it out and he put it into the decanter so it would spread out and air out. I don't even remember what it was, but it was like 50 years old.
Yeah.
And it was probably one of the nicer wines I've ever tasted. It was fantastic. And then we had talked about this back on Podcast 7, our good friend Rick.
Yes.
Way out of studio, Rick. He
Nowhere near studio, Rick.
He brought some nowhere near the studio, Rick. He brought some French wines.
Yes.
And he should have just not brought them.
Oh, they were terrible.
French wine. Smelled like dirty feet.
It's basically a combination of what's on the ground in a barnyard and smelly feet. And the French love it. So what does that tell you?
That I'm not going to Paris anytime soon.
Exactly.
Yeah. Plus, the Eiffel Tower, I hear it's very expensive to eat in the Eiffel Tower.
I would assume so.
Out of studio, Jeremy. A good friend of ours just coming back from a Paris trip.
Go back. There is no out of studio Jeremy. There is only not allowed in the studio Jeremy.
Not allowed in the studio Jeremy, who went to Germany with in studio Matt.
Yes, Asian Matt.
Asian Matt.
Yeah. Come on, we've only had like 4 guests,
but we had the same. Yeah. So you're all out of studio. But anyways, he just ate. He ate in the Eiffel Tower, and he said it was nice, except for the fact that there was lots of bugs and it was outside and there's no windows and
really, and
it was kind of
this
and expensive and
bugs up there.
Well, it's Jeremy. He's always got bugs around him.
Yeah. So it's like Big Ben.
Anyways, well. All the out-of-studio guests have been named. But yes, that wine that I had in the basement was fantastic. It was old as hell, and it was fantastic.
Yep.
But
Did you save the cat bottle?
I did not.
Oh,
I have it. I'll bring it next time.
Do you have it?
Oh, yeah, I still have it. Oh, absolutely.
Why don't you send me a picture of it, and I'll put it on the Facebook page.
Okay, we'll do.
So everybody can see this wine in a cat bottle. But yes, a wine show, definitely.
Absolutely.
Bring that back.
Okay.
But that's not tonight. Tonight is beer drinking. And I think we have made it somewhat of a tradition to play music while we drink. So I found a few. Oh. I found a few different songs.
So long ago.
So if you want to dig in that cooler, is that the Max cooler?
Yeah, this is the Max cooler.
Okay.
Max Cold.
I'm just checking because last time he brought the Max Cold cooler.
Max Cold needs a theme song.
So
it's working.
I think this will do.
I hardly ever sing beer drinking songs. Yeah, beer drinking songs. Johnny Cash, ladies and gentlemen. Live in studio on the JDawg. Sorry about the sound. He's using an old microphone. So what do we got first here? I see something that says Fest on it.
Okay, so this is Sierra Nevada Summer Fest, and this is from Chico, California. It's 5% alcohol and only 20. So the other thing with these summertime beers is they're not going to be very hoppy.
Right.
And you're going to find that a lot of them have citrus flavor to them or wheat, because that's
good.
All summer refreshing, light in alcohol. So, you know, when you come in from mowing the lawn or whatever it is you're doing out in the yard, Jim, you can have a nice low alcohol refreshing.
I have a 6-foot privacy fence.
So, let me pour some for you here.
And no more raccoons to share it with.
And no more raccoons to share it with. I did set the trap again.
Just in case?
Just in case. Nothing. He was a loner. He was a rebel.
Glad to hear it.
Was that here, or was that when you were on vacation?
That was before the vacation, and if you listen to podcast number 17, you'll learn all about it.
All right.
Or wait, 18, 17. The one before this one. Oh, we have a leaky solo cup. Well, it's all that beer pong that I play.
So my first experience is this beer is now all over my hand.
Sierra?
For later when you're driving home. You just
Nevada. Oktoberfest.
No, Summerfest.
Summerfest?
Not Oktoberfesting.
I haven't even been drinking yet. I have no excuse.
Cheers.
It's light.
It is light.
It's refreshing.
It tastes like what they serve after, like, the Warrior Dash or
Yes.
whatever.
I think that's Coors Light.
Because you're... Well, then this... Not to be insulting, but it tastes as refreshing as if I had just run...
It is refreshing. It's not bitter. It's smooth, and I could drink about 7 or 8 of these.
It's all over my
So
hand.
this is considered a Pilsner style beer, and because I like to educate as well, there are 3 types of Pilsner styles.
Really?
There is a German style Pilsner, which would be St. Pauli Girl or Beck's. That's light straw to golden color. It's a little bit more bittery. Czech style Pilsner, which is Kozel and Urquell. That's golden and it got a lot of foaminess to it. Lighter flavor. And then European...
Hold on.
Yep.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm soaking in, because between you and Michael Allen Gould on Urban Dictionary, this is a lot of education. Go ahead.
European style Pilsner, which is your Stella Artois and your Grolsch.
Very nice.
Slightly sweet taste, produced from other than barley malt, whatever that means.
I always thought that was Stella Aritos. I guess I
always thought it was,
I guess I'm not very European.
And I thought it was, I thought it was like Spanish beer. It's actually made in Belgium.
So how does European beer exclude Germany and Czech Pilsners?
So
I guess they're not part of the...
Well, they're out of the EU now.
I see.
So
I wonder if they know that. Or maybe they're out of the beer U.
Well, ever since they changed to the Czech Republic, they stopped making beer.
So, unlike the beers I brought last time, you can tell this is a lot lighter. It's got some fruitiness to it, some citrus in it.
While you're talking, why don't you put a little bit more in this cup here? I wouldn't want that bottle to go to waste.
Is that beer you want in the cup?
Yeah, whatever you brought. Yeah, I like that one.
I brought 2 bottles.
And-
if you want.
Oh, well, don't mind if I do. I've had it's easy for me to say, Sierra Nevada beer before. I don't think I've had the Summerfest beer, though. What's their more common, popular beer?
Isn't it always summer in Sierra Nevada?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Mean, it would be more impressive if they had, like, a winter or fall, but, what do I know?
Well, like a lot of the craft beers, they have a different one for every season. They make a nut brown, which is really good. Keep it to yourself. You went right there. I saw you. You immediately went right there.
I actually beat JDawg to that one.
Did.
Yes, he did.
He's still worried about confusing the beer with the Urban Dictionary update. He's going to be like, German Pilsner. Don't know.
He said nut.
It's a brown nut.
It's a funny word. Brown nut is funny.
It's a brown nut lager.
Honey, you're going to get the brown nut lager tonight. Brown nut lager.
I'm calling them now.
That's Urban Dictionary right there. I'm not even going to type it in the Googles. I don't want to see what comes up. Googles, stay out of this.
The Googles. I love that.
Oh, well, I very much enjoy that. I had when I was in Michigan, a couple weeks ago now. A couple weeks ago. It's been so long. I brought it. I stuck it in your cooler tonight. It's from Sheboygan, Michigan. And it turned out to be a nice summer beer for me. I believe it's the Blood Orange Honey. Isn't it the Sheboygan Brewing Company?
Yes, it certainly is.
Yeah. So feel free that as we move towards the end of yours that we'll move into that, because last time I brought a real winner to the show.
You really
Yes,
did.
you
With
did.
the lemon chiffon meringue.
Everything but the...
Oh my God,
but the
worst
cat-
beer I ever tasted,
yeah,
chiffon lemon
I'm not sure you
meringue.
can top that one.
everything but the cat bottle, for that.
No, see,
So-
tonight we're actually trying to enjoy beer.
yeah, oh, okay.
That was a thrill ride the last time.
I'll
And
say.
what was the Rebel Rouser?
Yes.
Was the one that was like crazy off the charts.
Jeez.
The last two that you left here are still in the fridge.
You haven't had the relatives
So
over yet?
I'm using your advice and I'm saving them for the relatives, and when I want them to leave, I'll offer them that beer. So, yes, that one's very good, very, very good. As we're talking about this here, and I'm getting drunk already because I'm only 145 pounds
Yeah, and I know
on my right leg.
and I know that you haven't eaten since 6:30 yesterday morning.
Yeah, it's probably
So-
been about 6:30 yesterday morning. I'm getting more beer.
Finish that.
So, as I'm sitting here getting drunk, I'm thinking about some things that we talked about today. I did get to hang out with Seamus O'Leary a little bit today. I'm really hoping he can call into the show tonight. It's not a guarantee, but we're going to see what we can do.
one. Okay.
But we were talking about this new crazy thing that's going on with the kids out there. But it's not just kids. It's like
Yeah.
grown adults doing this thing. That Pokemon Go. Have you seen it?
Are those? That's two words. I thought it was Pokemon Go.
Well, I knew a guy named Mongo. I wouldn't advise poking him.
I see. That's why I didn't go near the game.
But didn't you meet Mongo?
I did.
Yeah, you did meet Mongo. Did you poke him?
No. I met Dan Hampton.
Oh, that's right. I knew it was one of the
One of
defensive
those
linemen
Bears.
from the 1985 Bears.
Yes.
Yeah, I would not advise poking Mongo.
No.
But
No.
no, it was a video that we had watched, and it said Pokemon, then under it in big, like, bold letters it said Go.
Okay.
So it's Pokemon Go. And from what I understand, it's artificially, I forget the word they call it, something, but you have to look for a Pokemon by looking at the camera on your phone, and you point it like at a bush, and the Pokemon will be on your screen in the camera shot, but it's not physically there. But if you move your camera away, it's gone. But if you point at that bush again, it shows up on the picture. So it's like this virtual Pokemon that's
it's
there,
like
and
an
you found
altered-
him.
altered
And
reality
it's all done
thing.
with GPS and all this, and people are going nuts with it. And I had to find out what was going on today, and it sounds like a good idea, but I don't know if it's that exciting of a thing, because it's not like
You're just old.
we've been going on. Yes,
Wait a
we've been
minute.
going on now. Go ahead.
You're saying
we've been
it's-
going. Wait, we.
You're saying it's not that exciting of a thing as you sit in your basement drinking beer with virtual strangers.
Because I'm
You know,
old.
I'm just saying.
But didn't
you know.
didn't something come out today talking about how this has also opened up your personal information getting stolen?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because you probably have to give them like all your information, social security number, firstborn's name, and
Yeah.
everything when you sign up for it.
No, it's ridiculous.
But we've been going on about 10 years now of this revolution of digital technology where we've all become extremely lazy.
Yeah.
And when we want to pass the time, we don't go outside. We sit on the couch and we play our favorite game. So now, after 10 years of this, now I have to open up my favorite game and go outside. I think this is going to really freak a lot of people out.
Unbelievable.
They have managed to go outside and play your favorite game on the couch and mix them together.
So
And I don't know
having-
how the public's going to handle it.
So not having any children, and not knowing anything about Pokemon, what exactly is?
Pokemon it was a card game, right?
Initially,
Levis?
yeah.
And it was
Why
a
are you
card.
looking at me like I know anything
Because
about. Yeah, okay, maybe
you're that guy.
I'll give you a story about how I'm that guy when we're done with this.
So Pokemon is a card game. It's a trading card game, but you can actually play the game and you can attack, and you have different characters and you have different power levels, and the kids have played it for a long time. It's very popular, I would say, in Japan, because I think that's where it was created. However, then cartoons came out and it became this big phenomenon, but then it kind of went away for a while. I haven't seen anything about Pokemon for a while until this thing crashed out.
Was that why the joke on Facebook the other day is Pokemon and Blink 182 are popular again or something like that?
Yes.
Oh, okay, now I got it. All right.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm very slow.
And Seamus Mickleback.
I can't wait till Seamus finds out that we renamed him.
Yes. It is no longer Seamus O'Leary. It is now Seamus Mickleback.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Because his favorite band is
Nickelbacks.
Yes, correct.
I guess the best part about it, though, is you don't have to drop acid now to do something like that. Like back in the day, to see stuff like that, you had to drop acid.
That's right.
Or get
Yes,
stoned
you did.
or
Now you
something.
just look at your phone.
You just look at your phone. And, wow, I'm a little scared now.
Stuff appears.
So what you're saying is, back in the day when you dropped acid, Pikachu was around?
I don't know what we called it back then.
Pikachu!
Only if you took the good stuff.
My favorite Pokemon character. There is an actual character. His name is Lickitung.
Ah.
Lick-A-Tongue. And it's this little squirrel-looking reptile with this giant 3-foot tongue that, like, if he licks you, it, like, poisons you. And I'm looking at this thinking,
Yeah, Alex, keep us moving here.
Lickitung. So I may play the game just to find out where Lickitung's hanging out. The only problem is I'm afraid I might find him, like, in my wife's nightstand or something. So
Hey, now.
maybe I shouldn't, just leave that one alone. Lickitung, what are you doing in my bedroom? So anyways, I see Alex pulling out a second beer here. Let me find another song. Actually, this song I thought was, I just heard it for the first time the other day. It's quite enjoyable, so I might just play it a little bit before we get back to the drinking here.
Well, on a day hot enough to make the devil cuss, I walked into a bar so thirsty I was spitting dust. Barkeep asked me what'll it be. I said, what you got? He said, well, let's see. We got Lone Star, PBR, Rolling Rock, Shiner Bock, Moose, Drew, O'Doul's, Heffenweizen, Ziegenbach, Keystone, Coors Light, of course we got Red Stripe.
Wow, Keystone.
Amstel, Amsterdam in the tall can, Michelob, Miller.
I would say about a third of that is at Hill's Tap. I know there's PBR there.
That's right.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of a cool side. It's 99 bottles of beer on the wall, and then he did a twist on it and started naming off beers, so I thought that was kind of cool. So what do we got here? Number 2.
Okay, so this is Summer Bright from Breckenridge Brewery in Breckenridge, Colorado. This is going to have flavors of orange and lemon. Also, again, light. Let me get you the statistics on this one. This is only 4.5% alcohol.
Oh, we drink this. This is like Seagram's.
So,
This is like Minute Maid.
Vanilla Orange Splash Swirl Seagram's.
Golden Wine Cooler.
I think those are like 3.1% alcohol. So, looking forward to the summer brew review 2016, because there will be a 2017 brew review, correct?
Oh, this one's Jim's. He wants it refilled.
Yeah, just I can have that last splash of Sierra in the bottom. That's fine. Moving on.
All right, so what was this again?
Breckenridge Summer Bright.
Breckenridge Summer Bright has a smell to it.
Yeah. I'm kind of not
It's
liking it.
it's not a. At first, I thought it was a grapefruity smell, but it's not.
Orange and lemon.
Maybe they shouldn't go together. Bottoms up.
It's okay once you get past the smell.
Yeah, you don't want to smell it first.
Yeah. Which is kind of weird, but
My second girlfriend in high school was like that. just get in there. Just don't smell. No, I'm talking about she didn't bathe.
yeah.
She would. Oh my gosh. Now we got to put the explicit tag on the show once again.
It's your own fault.
It is my own fault. So this is 4 point, and it tastes like
It's
a
like
very
4.5.
a very light.
It's very light. And then there's like no aftertaste. Just it like stops.
So what you're saying is all these beers you're bringing me, I could actually put in my water bottles while I'm running.
Pretty much.
That'd be good.
Beer on the wall, one more bottle of beer.
So how much do you think he actually got in, like, advertising royalties? Or whatever they call that.
I don't know.
Product
I
placement.
mean, he named a whole bunch of brands.
Yeah.
So I guess if you're as popular as, Tavern Hill Liars, you wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
but if you got your name out there, I don't know. Does he have to pay them or ask them, or do they?
They should be paying him, but I don't know.
You would think.
I mean, think of like, Red Solo Cup.
Yeah.
Had to make some money off of that.
Yeah, exactly.
By
This
the
one's
way,
not.
When's the Tavern Hill Liars double live album coming out?
Oh, we're actually going to be recording it in September.
Very nice.
It's going to be a live album. We have not practiced in going on 4 months
I
now.
thought he was joking.
It's been a good 3-4 months since we
Tavern Hill
practiced.
Liars has a live album. That's news to me.
But the Tavern Hill Liars have 3 shows coming up in September.
Nice.
that we've
Sweet.
managed to book. The Malta Apple Orchard in Malta, Illinois, or the John-A-Mac Apple Orchard. I think there's a wedding we're doing for a good friend's daughter. And what was the...
Are we at the winery?
At the winery, too.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Bill Johnson, who decided to leave us and leave the band high and dry, as we always like to point out, moved to Maine. He's coming back for 6 days, so we booked 3 shows in 6 days because he's only here for 6 days a year.
Welcome back, BJ.
That's when you got to play him.
And what happened to the chick?
The chick, we just went separate ways. She had a style of music that she liked. We had a style of music we liked, and we tried to blend it, and it just kind of didn't work out. We really dug the 4-part guys harmony. The bluegrassy, folky kind of feel, and she was more of a modern type of music and a solo artist, so we just kind of parted ways there. No hard feelings. No hard feelings. Just like Ed, the bassist. There was no hard feelings there. He just liked to drink a lot. But,
Doesn't make him a bad guy.
And it doesn't make him a bad guy at all.
Yeah,
But
now you've seen the light.
yeah, he moved back to Chicago, so that was another thing. It's like, do we practice in Chicago once a week, or what? It was just hard to do. So we are now, I guess Tavern Hill Liars is still a band.
Why not?
We're still there. We just don't practice. Practice is so overrated. I mean, how many practices have we had where we didn't need to practice?
Oh, yeah.
So
None.
So
I think you
I've
should
been at
add.
those practices.
I think you should add a little punk metal to and bring in Jim Gould as a guest vocalist.
could.
I think that would be something.
Well, there is a pseudo band out there that is myself of the Tavern Hill Liars, JDawg, and from Spiderbone, Michael Allen Gould. This has been in the works for about 4 or 5 years. We have one song, and we wanted to have 2 songs. We wanted to have a 2-song album, and then that was it, out. And the name of this group is Butterfist.
I can only imagine.
So
That's one of the songs. How did you know?
I can only imagine.
I'm already picturing the album cover.
So
That's the thing that's
the
scary.
one song we did write, which
Only imagine.
which is very fitting. It's called Politician. And I think we should probably... We're trying as hard as we can to get Michael Allen Gould in studio. If he comes in studio, Butterfist will perform Politician on the show.
So let me get this straight. I live an hour from here, and I can make it into the studio.
Bogart,
And-
Indiana's an hour?
The way he drives.
Well, yeah. I mean, I must have been doing 120, but that's besides the point. These people live right out here by you. They can't make it to Genoa.
Well,
I know, right? He can't get me to leave.
I'm not... I will get him in studio. It may have to be like a weekend show, but we'll work something out. We got to get him in here because...
No, he's fishing on weekends.
That's true. He does do a lot of fishing. If I can get my musical ability on the guitar and then be graced with his voice on the folk guitar, it's a beautiful combination. So, Politician, hopefully we can get that done in studio. But one thing I would like to do is talk to Michael Allen Gould on the phone this evening.
And there's no reason why we can't do that.
There's no reason why we can't do that because we're 2 beers deep. So I don't want to get 3 or 4 beers deep and then call him because I might not be able to understand what he's saying.
Actually, we're 3 beers deep if you really want
We
to
are,
count.
because we opened
but
2 of the Sierras. So.
Divided by 3, it's hardly...
True.
It's less than 1, I'm sure.
Well,
somehow.
What this is nice about when we have Alex here is it takes out the step of having to go to the bar when we're done.
True.
So
There's a few leftovers.
pretty much everything's done. So,
Yeah.
all right, what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and get Michael on the phone here. I'm going to give him a call, and let's do the Urban Dictionary update here with Alex in the studio.
Here comes your Urban Dictionary update, live from the North Brown Studios.
with the lead vocalist of Spiderbone, the baddest heavy metal band this side of the Continental Divide, Michael Allen Gould.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Allen Gould live here on the podcast number 19, JDawg and Levis Urban Dictionary Update. Michael, how are you?
Hi!
There he is.
Hey!
That's him.
Loud and
Excited.
proud.
Oh, so have you got motivational words for us tonight?
Just two.
Just two?
Just two.
Oh, well, we may have to change that. But I just want you to know.
No, 2 words.
Oh, you only have 2 words for me?
2 words right now.
All right. Well, without further ado.
Touch me.
Oh. I don't need an Urban Dictionary update for that. Oh.
I have several words for you this evening.
Very good. And just so you know, this is the Summer Brew Review with in-studio Alex. Alex, say hello.
Hello, Michael.
Alex, I am a huge fan. Huge. And speaking of huge, I think I'm getting huge right now.
Alex has that effect on most of us.
Yeah, you know, what can I tell you?
It's
a gift.
Dick Rich head effect.
It's a gift.
It's a gift. What can I tell you?
Well, we are 2
A little frothy.
We are 2 beers deep into our 5-beer set tonight, so go easy on us. We didn't want to call you after 5 beers because we may not have been able to remember what we've been educated.
Well, I'm drinking vicariously through you guys because I don't imbibe, if you know what I mean.
Oh. Well, I don't, but anyways, let's moving on. Without further ado, let's jump into our first Urban Dictionary. Urban that's the beer talk. The Urban
Dictionary.
The Bourbon Urban Dictionary Update number 1. Go.
Did you say herbal update?
No, I said Urkel. Jameel White in studio. Jameel, say hello. Oh my lord! All right, give us the first one.
I do have the first one here, and it's a good one. And if you're a man, you've tried this to somebody at some point in your life.
All right.
Now, the term is called helicoptering.
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 Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Is this a sexual act?
Yeah.
Is there anything else on the Urban Dictionary?
Dude, I ain't coming at you if it ain't involved with,
No, hey, I'm just trying to set. I'm trying to set the stage here so that I can, maybe figure this one out.
What he means by setting the stage is he wants to know what wardrobe to put on.
That's right.
Helicoptering.
Set up the canvas for me. Set up the canvas.
Give us the helicoptering.
Helicoptering is the act of rotating one's penis, thereby emulating that of the blades of a helicopter.
Emulating. So
it's the meat spin.
It is the meat spin.
Helicoptering, as in like Bobby's mother caught him helicoptering little Mary from down the street.
You spin me right round, baby, right round. So, okay, helicoptering. Now, do you have to be laying on your back? Because that would be pretty tough. I mean, how else would you gain liftoff?
I would jump off a roof personally.
Get it going at a high rate of speed and then jump off the roof.
Dude, think of the velocity. I mean,
well, with you, yes. With me, it's not going to do jack. I'm going to hit the ground. But with you, you might it might take you an hour to come back down.
It's kind of like an auger digging a hole into the ground. You know what I mean?
I wish I did. Oh, helicoptering. All right, well, yeah, every man's done it. Gave it a shot.
Dude, think about your youth. You've done it. I mean, how many times, That Boy Scout Jubilee, you've done it.
Why do you think they call it the Jubilee?
Because it's
the Jubilee. Blades of death.
Because it's jubulous. Oh.
It's jubilant.
All right, let's put that in our little black book here. helicopter ring. All right, moving on.
See, and in my case, it would be, I guess I do, now that you say that, I know what helicoptering, it makes sense, but I would have called it more of like the little propeller on a beanie-ing, if it were me. So
it makes for an interesting hat, that's for sure.
Oh, look at the little helicopter boy. He's trying so hard to be a big helicopter. Oh, all right. Give us number 2.
All right, number
Term
2.
number 2.
Term number 2. Don't give us a number 2. Don't give us a Pikachu. Look at that, there's a Pikachu.
Before we made the call here.
All right, term number 2.
Right. Now, this is a little wordy. It's a little wordy and a little artsy, but you got to bear with me, okay?
I'm bearing.
Artsy.
This
I'm going to
is
take
called-
notes.
Everybody who has an iPhone will relate to this. It's called Cock Blocked by Steve Jobs.
Cock blocked by Steve Jobs.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, you may.
Is this a sexual act?
Yeah, well, it can lead to one.
Yeah. Not if you're cock blocked by Steve Jobs. He's even dead. That's harsh.
It doesn't matter. It's a new age.
By Steve Jobs.
All right.
You should be able to figure this one out. Taking a picture of your pecker and the phone goes dead.
Well,
You got the phone part right.
recently the FBI was cock blocked by Steve Jobs, and he wasn't even here.
Well, the lady running for president has a bigger penis than most, but we won't talk about that.
And it turns out the passcode for that phone that they blocked was 6969. Go figure. Go figure.
There's a shock.
All right, cock block us, please.
Okay, cock blocked by Steve Jobs. The act of reactive measure when the opposite sex makes eye contact with you and then proceeds to plug in their iPod as the mechanism to prevent you from making a move on them.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Your phone is more important. That's what it is.
Now I know whenever I look over and give the easy eye to Seamus Mickleback, why he goes right to his phone.
That's exactly
Dude,
it.
it's an evil game. It's an evil game. You make the eye contact, you get the interest, and then you go to the phone and the denial is on.
Cock blocked by Steven Jobs.
Don't you have a daughter? Because I think mine has learned that already in high school.
How to do that?
Yes. Yep.
It's not a bad thing to teach your daughter.
So she
No,
she
it's a
has
great
talked
technique,
on
really, but
she's talked on more than one occasion of accidentally making eye contact with somebody and then staring at her phone and breezing past them later, so that
There you go. Now you can go home and tell her what that actually is.
Yes, I'm sure. Yeah, that'll be great.
Honey, come here for a second.
Yeah, I can't wait to explain
Dad needs
to her
to teach you something.
that she's been cock blocking
I
all this time.
I learned it from Michael Allen Gould.
yeah, I think a couple of my bosses have done that to me.
You sit down for your one-on-one, and
Exactly.
and the music
The
starts,
one-on-one.
and you give them that little wink, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, Pokemon Go is on their phone, and they're running out of the office and running out in the parking lot looking for Lickitung. Oh, goodness gracious!
Next thing I know, they're kicking me under the table.
So we've helicoptered, we've jumped off a roof, and
We've had our cocks
helicoptered.
blocked.
We've had our cocks blocked. What else are we going to do tonight?
Well, keeping with the same
The theme.
cock in the title,
Yeah, please.
this is called Cock Blocker Spaniel.
Can I ask a question?
You most certainly can.
Is this a sexual act?
Oh, most definitely.
Blocker Spaniel.
I have an idea, but I just...
Wait, is that kind of like a cock block wilder?
It's similar, but there's no peanut butter involved.
Cock blocker spaniel. All right, give it to us.
Okay,
The blocker spaniel.
Yes.
A domesticated member of the family, canine, not necessarily a cocker spaniel, which jumps up on the bed while two humans are engaging in heated intercourse. This usually occurs right as one is about to climax. The unwelcome interruption completely ruins the moment. The offending dog, which may or may not be a cocker spaniel, is usually jolted off the bed by a quick kick, followed by an awkward resumption of intercourse.
Why am I the only one laughing here? I don't even own a dog.
Because it's happened to me hundreds of times. It's not funny.
Statistically, how often does this happen? I need statistics.
It's the cock blocker spaniel. It's an interruption of...
I got it.
Now,
It's the magnitude.
There's got to be a cat version of this. Whatever the cat version is, that's the one I'm familiar with.
please don't make him go to the cat version.
Pekingese.
I'm gonna look it up. What's the cat version?
I think the cat version's when you look over on the dresser, they're just staring at you.
Or they're pissing on you.
Or they're pissing on you. Or Michael Allen Gould's pissing on you. That would be even a little weirder.
Oh, some people pay good money for that.
The cock blocker spaniel. And I would think if you threw something in there like a Shih Tzu, that could really get things moving. So Levis is feverishly looking up what the cat version of this would be.
I'm just seeing because the Urban Dictionary so rarely does me wrong. So there's got to be.
I could leave you with one more.
Well, why don't you go ahead and start that one?
Yes.
Because Levis is going to keep on looking here because I think he's experienced it 123,969 times with his cats. So one way or another, there's been an interruption. Hold on, he's zoning in.
Yes, that would just be the cat block.
The cat block.
Yes.
Well,
the cat
I
block.
leave you with another word with cock in it.
Nothing like the theme of cock.
It was so good, I just had to roll with it, you know?
Oh, my gosh.
I'm getting thirsty.
Boy, I am too, so why don't you hurry and get done with this so I can get another beer in my cup?
Okay, this is called, it's a workplace term.
Oh, so this is good for the workplace.
Oh, definitely.
All right.
It's called cockboarding.
Cockboarding.
Can I ask a question?
Yes. Shoot.
Is this a sexual act?
It's got sexual overtones.
Isn't that the name of a band you used to be in? The Sexual Overtones?
That was the undertones.
The undertones.
Undertones.
Sticky situation.
That's right.
All right. Cockboarding.
All right, cockboarding is the art of leaving drawings of cocks on whiteboards and posters in the office to be found by your work colleagues.
That is ridiculous. No one in the history of the world has ever done that, Michael Allen Gould. Nobody does that.
I have no idea.
What's the first thing you think about?
Sometimes you can hide them in the office to be found later.
So like a 6-month-old cockboarding.
You could like just set somebody up, you know, and all of a sudden they discover it during a very important meeting, and next thing you know, there's a portobello on the whiteboard.
Oh, nothing like a portobello sandwich.
You know it, dude.
Oh, with a little salsa, a little butter. Mr. Michael Allen Gould.
I'm sorry, I'm a little vulgar this evening, and I went with a theme, and, you know.
Well, you took us down Cock Avenue like no one ever has before.
I think you took us around the cock block.
The
whole cock block.
Is that a song by Eddie Grant, Cock Avenue?
I think it is.
That's right.
I think
I
it
have
is.
that record.
Down to Cock Block Avenue.
Block Cocker
Pretty good rendition
Spaniel.
there.
Cock Blocker Spaniel. Oh. right. Well, I think you should probably get to bed now because I think you have to get up in the morning and do some fishing.
Some fishing.
Yeah.
I want Alex to do at least 3 or 4 shots right now, though.
Beer shots. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We want you to drink
Oh,
3
hey,
ounces of beer.
I've seen the whiskey that Alex posts. He drinks the good stuff.
Yeah, but I got an hour drive home tonight, so I won't be doing
All
the
right,
whiskey.
we'll make it.
He's got to drive all the way to Bogart, Indiana.
Mad Dog 2020.
Just do me a favor. I know you do a lot of fishing with your son.
Yes.
And it's an activity and you guys enjoy it. Just please, I know he's getting older, and I know it's a conversation that you don't want to have with him, but please teach him about the rusty hook. Because I don't want to hear about any accidents of you coming to work saying your son got a rusty hook while you guys were out fishing. So you are the Urban Dictionary update expert. So please go over that with him if you're going to be fishing all the time.
Dude, I got a rusty hook the last time he cast.
That's terrible.
Took my earlobe off.
Oh, a rusty
Ooh.
hook in the ear.
Wow.
That's
Terrible.
That's terrible. All right, Mr. Allen Gould, thank you very much for enlightening us once again with
Gentlemen, it is a pleasure, JDawg and Levis. And
Good to
Mr.
hear
Allen.
from you, Mike.
with your lessons.
Good to hear from you, Mike. Take care.
Your lessons of the cock.
I want to see the helicopters in action, gentlemen. Pictures. Or it didn't happen.
The video's coming up. We call it the tricopter.
Hey, hold on. You know what? I'm gonna take you out with a little spider bone here. Here, let me get it out real quick. Hold on.
God bless you, gentlemen.
Here, Levis, hold these for me.
Urban Dictionary update.
Good night, Michael.
Good night, gentlemen.
Love you.
I love you all.
Michael Allen Gould, lead singer of Spiderbone, giving us the Urban Dictionary update here on the JDawg and Levis Show.
The ever entertaining.
Guys, did you learn anything about cock tonight that you didn't know before?
I had no idea it was so versatile.
Now,
I thought it was only good for a couple things, but
the
apparently...
the F word, there's been plenty of documentation out there on how
Exactly.
versatile that word is.
True.
But tonight, the close second is the male rooster. Oh, just not even the actual act, but the cock blocker spaniel is just a perfect name for an Urban Dictionary update
Yes,
term.
absolutely.
I think I laughed harder before
Brilliant.
than after hearing what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's happened to at least 2/3 of the men in the world. The old dog jumped up on the bed and decided to see who was male and who was female, and yeah, how do you start after that? How do you get back into it there?
Awkwardly. I think that's... Yeah.
Unless you just involve the dog, whatever you want to do. Whatever, it's a bad situation.
Looks like in studio Alex just grabbed your cup.
He did. He's ready to move on here, and I think I saw on the label on the neck for beer number 3 is a Goose Island edition.
That is correct. This is
Is that a sexual term? Goose Island.
Could be. So let's get this going here. Oh wait, no, we don't want that. It's a whole different song, not the Spiderbone.
What's this?
I like beer because it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. I drink beer when I am sad, because the beer, it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer.
Beer is good. Beer is good. Beer is good. It's up. Beer is good. Beer is good. Beer is good.
Let's go drink some
Hey, let's do that. Let's drink some beer. So Goose Island. Let's hear the stats.
so this is Goose Island Summertime Kolsch from right here in Chicago, Illinois.
Kolsch? How do you spell Kolsch?
Kolsch, and I'll
Okay.
explain in a moment what that is.
All right.
It is at 5.1% alcohol. This will be the highest level of alcohol we drink this evening.
Smells better than number 2
And number 1.
and number 1.
Now, I hadn't tried this one before, so Kolsch is a beer brewed in Cologne, Germany. Clear, all barley pale ale with a bright straw yellow hue, fermented warm, then conditioned cold.
Now, is that anything like MGD cold filter? Because boy, when I was
I'm relative.
21. They sure sold me on that cold filtered.
Like, what was it? Bud Ice? Is that the other one?
Bud Ice.
Bud Ice,
Yes.
yeah. All those ice beers.
This is all right. This is a
So
summer
again, it's
beer.
going to be citrus.
Yeah.
It's going to be citrusy. Have some, fruity taste
It's
to
light.
it. Some, yeah.
So pretty much the whole theme here, when we're talking about summertime beers, is just light, somewhat crisp,
Citrus.
Easy.
stuff that you can drink a lot of. Like when you're talking,
That would be correct.
When you're talking IPAs, no.
No.
It's
Well-
it's one, and you sip it.
Depends on the IPA. I mean, IPAs can be anywhere from like 5.2% to 7 or 8 or whatever that wacky one was. What was that one I had that night? Was it like 9?
I think it was just under 10. That was the Rebel Rouser.
I think it was like 9.8 or something. Yeah.
So yeah, this is another one where you just keep pouring it and drinking it. And
Right here in downtown Chicago.
See, now this is the good thing about the podcast when you're doing one like this rather than a live show, because you can always pause when you have to go to the bathroom. Which we're going to get to number 4, and that might just have to happen. Or I could just leave the show in your hands. Although we do have a couple extra solo cups there, so the show must go on.
You don't have to go in the bathroom to do the helicopter. I know that's really what you're why you're going.
After beer number 5, I will do a helicopter for everybody right here on the show. I'll stand right up here on the desk, and we'll do a helicopter.
Oh, he'll do it. Trust me. I know.
And we will play. What band is it? Spin Me Right Round Round?
Oh, yeah. Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive. Yes, we will find that song. I believe if you type in Dead or Alive on the Googles, it will pop right up.
I can't imagine that it wouldn't, unless it came up with, like, Bon Jovi or something.
All right, so beer 1, 2, and 3. What do we like so far? I'm partial to 1.
Yes.
Sierra Nevada so far.
Yep.
The second one didn't have a whole lot of taste. And what was the name of the second one again?
Breckenridge. Summer Bright.
And it smelled bad and then didn't taste like anything. The third one, the taste is there. It's fine. It's beer. But there's nothing special.
My beer tastes like beer.
Sierra Nevada so far. We're with you. So we had the Urban Dictionary update. I thought of a new segment that I wanted to have for you guys. So I put a little something together for the JDawg and Levis show because I've had a lot of people comment on how inspirational this show has been in their lives. And it's actually made them better human beings for listening to the show.
Sorry.
And so I put together a spot that I like to call the inspirational thought of the day, provided to you by JDawg and Levis.
Oh, enlighten us, JDawg.
So let me go ahead and pull that up here. This is the inspirational thought of the day. Let's have it.
I haven't heard this yet. Oh, I'm inspired already.
And now on the JDawg and Levis show, inspirational thought of the day.
If you never laid down on the bed butt naked and spread eagle while a fan blows sweet fairy kisses on your cock and taters, you're just missing out on key points of life. You gotta live your life, people. You gotta live your life.
This has been another inspirational thought on the JDawg and Levis show.
There you go.
How am I supposed to concentrate after that?
Man. I've never been so inspired in all my life.
You gotta live your life, people. You gotta live your life.
I had no idea what my taters had been missing.
They've been missing sweet fairy kisses.
Oh, that is priceless.
So I think...
Where is that from?
I think it's... There's no need to know where it's
I
from,
see.
Levis. It's...
Never mind.
You just need to learn from it and move on.
You're just gonna keep it to yourself. That's okay.
So,
Yeah,
break out your fans tonight. If you're going to be doing all this summer beer, you might as well break out the fan. Inspirational thought of the day. Yes, that is probably going to be a segment that will come back.
You do have to be a little careful how close to the fan you helicopter, I would think.
Very true.
So-
And if you helicopter,
Helicopter safely, people.
you're going to get more flow.
Yeah.
It's going to pull that air in even more.
That's true.
Depending on which way the blade is cocked. You see?
The taters will appreciate that.
The taters. Cock and taters. Inspirational thought of the day. JDawg and Levis. All right, let's move on to beer number 4, which looks like it is getting back to... we talked about this one in number 7, podcast number 7.
We did.
He said he was going to bring it. He wasn't kidding. And it looks like, from what I see, the Samuel Adams Porch Rocker.
Porch rocker.
So I'm guessing this is something you sip out on the front porch while you're rocking? Yeah, I got that right.
Yep.
Now, I've been waiting for this one because I've actually heard about this one before.
So this is my significant other's favorite summertime beer.
Okay.
I like it. I used to really like. I didn't bring Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy tonight. I think we've kind of all had that before.
Even I've had that.
Yeah,
it's true.
So I used to like that. That used to be my favorite summer beer. But then I discovered this, and as a big fan of Sam Adams to begin with. So,
were you on a porch when you tried it first?
No, I was not on a porch. I was actually
driving.
No, I wasn't driving. I was on a patio. So if you want to go, we can consider that the porch then.
On the so he was patio rocking.
So they consider this. So this, of course, is bought from St. Boston Beer Company in Boston, Massachusetts. Comes in at a 4.5 ABV. This is what they call the Germans call a Radler style beer, which is basically a mixture of beer and fruit soda or lemonade. So this is going to have more of a lemon.
I can smell the lemon in it. Absolutely.
And it's still at over 4%.
4.5%.
Must be the pledge.
Cheers. That's tasty. That's got a wonderful aftertaste.
Yep. That's summery.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
I've never had it before.
Yeah.
You've just created another porch rocker, is what I'm hearing. Another
porch cocker spaniel. That's me.
Would you like some more?
Oh, please.
Porch rocker blocker.
Yeah, that's
I have another bottle.
It's a beer. No, don't open another bottle just yet. We still need to get to number 5.
He was being such a gentleman on how much he was giving us, but yeah, he's got a whole other bottle.
We still need to get to number 5, and like the last show,
we have some specials.
There's some specials at the end, some additionals. So, but this is definitely this is a beer you could keep drinking, but has a ton of flavor. It's not one that you have to just sip and that you can chug it, but it's full of flavor. I really like this. That is good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you tell your significant other.
She's on to something.
That
he's on to
unlike
something. That cocker spaniel.
Unlike her decision to be with you, right? Her decision making in beer is fantastic.
I'll be sure to share that with her.
JDawg approved.
Yes. The selection in beer
is
JDawg approved.
Right.
Wow, I definitely recommend the Porch Rocker. That's It doesn't necessarily taste like lemon. It doesn't taste like orange. It doesn't taste like grapefruit. Just kind of, you could say it tastes like all of them. Mm-hmm. It's just got a real citrusy bite to it, and it's wonderful. I really like that one. I'm going to be buying that one for sure. So you tell who's the brewer?
Sam Adams.
There's another name that you used, master brewer for Sam Adams.
Jim Cook.
Jim Cook. Is he the one that makes all the flavors?
He does, yeah.
And he's on your speed dial, right?
Yeah, right next to
I actually have a picture with him from the Great American Beer Festival.
Oh, see, he's a really good friend. So after the show, please call him and tell him that this beer is JDawg approved.
Maybe we'll make it the official summer beer of the JDawg and Levis show.
It could be.
There you go.
I'm sure they would appreciate that.
Well, it's going to be tough to beat Coors Light, but
well, I mean, has anything beaten Coors Light yet?
Porch Rocker. Oh, that was wonderful. Wonderful.
I still have some.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And, there goes Levis's eyes again. Damn you, Levis. You and those eyes. We were talking about on some earlier podcasts in studio, Alex, that if there was ever a superhero that had a special power, it would be Levis, and his special power is his eyes.
Really?
Yes, they're just... he doesn't shoot lasers out of them. He doesn't...
just melts you with them,
He doesn't fly. He just...
melts you with them.
He just melts your heart with them. Melts your heart.
I can see that.
Your heart just starts just dripping inside. You still got more beer in there, don't you? Bottoms up, you pansy.
I know that in studio Alex is not going to share that other bottle, so I'm just going to enjoy this.
See, it's really hard for
You're
me.
a chump for drinking all yours.
It's hard for me to get upset at Levis for having a hard time drinking rougher beers because he can knock down whiskey like nobody's business. And if I tried to keep up with him in whiskey, it would just be impossible. So to tell a whiskey man that he's a wuss for not drinking beer is kind of not the right thing to do. So I won't. I won't do that. But he did finish that one.
It's
so
genetic. I get it from my Protestant father.
All beer unfinished on this program this evening stays at the Wallace residence.
Yes, that's correct. It will stay here. So, and some of it, well, this beer, unlike the Rebel Rousers, will actually be used, where the Rebel Rousers are being saved for a special occasion. So, all right, let's move on to number 5.
All right. So this is called Shiner Prickly Pear. It's from Shiner.
I thought that was my nickname for you, JDawg.
No, that's
my
when
little Shiner.
That's when you give me the Prickly Pear Shiner.
It's from Shiner, Texas, and prickly pear is actually the fruit off of a cactus that is indigenous to the Shiner, Texas area.
Now, I've actually had prickly pear prepared in meals.
Have you?
Yes. As a matter of fact, the local Butera in this area serves prickly pear. They have it there.
How does
You can actually go
Butera
get
get cactus fruit?
I couldn't tell you.
Seriously.
Now, I've never bought it from there. I've never done anything with it. But I've actually had it in a meal before.
It
so
can't
this
be in season if it's in Illinois.
smells wonderful.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So let's...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let me know
I
what
can't
I'm
drink
point-
until I get the statistics.
4.9.
4.9.
Yep.
That's the rating?
No, 4.9 alcohol.
Stars out of 5.
Speaking
That's
of
pretty
stars and ratings, I saw the funniest thing the other day. It said that the logo on the side of the Dallas Cowboys helmet is not a logo for the team. It's a rating. 1 star.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh. That's
Zing!
it just made me smile. That's
JDawg is all giddy, everybody.
I'm absolutely giddy because I'm a... Well,
It's got a good flavor.
I'm a heavyweight when it comes to the scale, but I'm a lightweight when it comes to drinking. But that, after you swallowed it, the aftertaste just... It was like all flowery, and I started thinking of the Partridge Family for a moment there.
So this is my.
That's a good
Maybe that's
beer.
just my obsession with Danny
This is
Bonaducci.
my. This is my favorite summer beer.
That's wonderful.
That's good.
That's why you saved it for last, didn't you?
That is true.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Good call. I was afraid that it wouldn't measure up after
Shiner?
the Porch Rocker.
Is it
Porch Rock and
prickly pear?
Prickly pear.
Prickly.
Oh, very nice.
Mm-hmm. It was a little stingy in my cup. I don't know about yours.
Oh, well, you have the yellow solo cup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See
let's
that?
go ahead and just make that bottle disappear. Oh my goodness. That one I like a lot. The all of these beers
Available at your local Benny's.
I don't-
Beverage Depot.
See, that's the problem living out here in the sticks. I don't have a local Benny's.
There's one in Algonquin.
Yes, there is. I have a Benny's within a 30-mile radius. So, but out of these, I will definitely be buying Porch Rocker, and I will definitely, absolutely be buying the Prickly Pear.
It's good stuff.
And sipping by the pool and going through a six-pack with no problem. So that's fantastic. The beers that I brought to the table tonight, not a lemon chiffon, not a chocolate voodoo swirl
my
caramel
goodness.
donut
Thank goodness.
powdered mangerie or whatever you want to call it.
Menagerie. Yeah, what was
Menagerie,
that?
menagerie.
I don't know.
So
Bad. Let's just call it bad.
we're going to move on. The next one that I'm going to have everybody try. I bought this one up in Michigan. I think I talked about it earlier. The Sheboygan Blood Honey Orange. And
close. Blood orange honey.
that's what I said. And
You don't want bloody
did
honey.
you say 4.5% alcohol? And this beer comes in a can, comes in a 4-pack. And I was just going through, there's a small little market where they sell steaks and prepared salads and stuff. And it's right there in the town, right by the bays up in Traverse City, Michigan. and they have all these different kinds of beers lined up. And I just picked this one on a whim. Just looked at it and said, I'm going to try it because it says blood orange honey, and who knows? It's $7 a 4-pack, and if I don't like it,
What could possibly
what
go
could
wrong?
possibly go wrong? So Alex is now sipping the blood orange honey, and I'm going to ask him his opinion on my selection. What is your opinion on my selection?
It's quite good.
It's no prickly pear, apparently.
It's no prickly pear, but it's...
Now, see, this is a tense moment for me because I am offering a beer to a craft beer connoisseur, and he just told me it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It could use a little more flavor to it. It's not as... I mean, but I think it's also partially because we just drank that prickly pear.
Right.
Prickly
So
pear is
it's-
full of flavor.
Right.
Without
So
This one may
Yeah.
this one may have been better earlier in the lineup.
yeah, probably.
If
yeah.
you're going to do a tasting.
But overall, no, it's good. What's it? Sheboygan Brewing.
Sheboygan Brewery. And I've never seen this beer around here. I don't know if they just sell locally because Sheboygan is way up north. So it's only 50 miles from Traverse City. So obviously that's why I was there.
Okay, the second sip was significantly better than the first. So once the flavor got on my palate, and
Yep, it was
no,
one.
I like that. That's a good beer.
And I knocked off a 4-pack in one evening pretty quick. So I considered it a summer beer.
Yeah, I can taste the orange.
Yep, because I could get through it.
I can't taste the blood, though.
Well, hold the phone now. It's just a fun thing to throw in there.
I see.
I don't think there's really blood in it.
Blood is fun.
Actually,
All
let me
right.
see the ingredients. Orange, honey. Oh, yeah, there is a little bit of blood in there.
I like that. No, that's
Wombat.
good. That's a good drink.
Now he's had enough to drink to be courteous.
Yes.
No, really.
JDawg gets
Like
a
I
little.
said, after you have that prickly pear, it's really bursting with flavor.
Right.
So you have to get your palate adjusted to it. And no, it's good.
So
It's
let's hand it to Sheboygan, everybody. Sheboygan,
Nice job,
Michigan.
Sheboygan.
What's up?
Not to be confused with Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
I was just going to say
and
that.
Sheboygan, Wisconsin is with an S. Sheboygan, Michigan is with a C.
Oh, thank
Nice.
goodness.
Very
So
good.
let's not get those mixed up. The last beer that I brought for you to sample tonight is from a brewery in. It's not actually Traverse City.
Good
It's on
God. The bottle is like 6 times the size of any other bottle.
Well, I brought you the lemon chiffon last time. I figured I might as well bring the same size bottle,
It's like a 64-ounce bottle of beer.
but with a much better product inside. There is a brewery just north of Traverse City on the peninsula between the two bays, East and West Bay, and it's called the Jolly Pumpkin. The Jolly Pumpkin has a age-old story of a woman that owned the home where the restaurant is now, and she decided to hang herself in the elevator shaft of the home, and she now haunts the home. They left the bedrooms upstairs pretty much intact from where they were back in the day,
This
so you
story-
can go up and go ahead.
I was going to say, this story took a twist I was not expecting.
I'm just kind of beefing up the Jolly Pumpkin here.
Yeah.
And you can actually, when you go in there and you're waiting to be sat down in the restaurant or you're waiting to go to the bar and try their beers, you can actually go up and look at these different rooms, and they're just super creepy. My kids loved it. Everybody loved it. You go to the elevator shaft, and you like look down in this old, like 1916 elevator shaft. And they say, "Oh, this is where she killed herself," and you're just like, it's kind of creepy. So then you come back down, and the Jolly Pumpkin has got a real name for themselves in making sour mash beer. Mm-hmm. And there's a few breweries in the area in northern Michigan that do it, but Jolly Pumpkin is well known for it. All of their beers on their lineup are sour mash beers. These beers have a very sour flavor to them. I don't know if it's necessarily made with lemon or anything like that, but it's a unique taste. When I first tried it, I wasn't too sure about it, but the finish on it, and as you keep drinking it, it just keeps getting better, in my opinion.
And
Now-
you would keep drinking because it's a 64-ounce bottle.
Correct. So they sell. Well, they do smell. They do smell you when you come in. They do sell smaller bottles, but most of when you go to the store, they sell them in these larger bottles.
So I'm a big fan of the Ghost Adventurer show, and
Okay.
and often the entity follows them home. So after I drink this beer, will the woman be showing up in my truck?
Well,
and
what I-
scaring me on,
have
on
dreams of the
Interstate
pumpkin.
90?
What I want you to do is, when we're done here, I want you to go into the washroom in my home, and I would like you to say Bloody Mary 3 times in the mirror,
No, Jolly Pumpkin.
and
Should
then
I-
right after that say Jolly Pumpkin 3 times.
Should I helicopter first or after?
Whatever you do, hold the beer away from your body while you're helicoptering, And with you in studio, Alex, hold it an arm length away because I don't want you knocking it out of your hand. So after, before, doesn't matter. Just keep that arm length out there.
Sour mash.
So it's a totally different taste. But again, it's a beer that I can drink in the summer, and I can go through this bottle and make it last in an afternoon. But sour mash beer has a whole different flavor to it. Jolly Pumpkin has about 7 different brands that they brew right there at the brewery, and then they sell them all over northern Michigan. I have not been able to find it here in Illinois. But they are very well known. When you go in there, they have it's always packed. There's always tons of cars there, tons of people, and their local brewery has no problem making money with this beer because it's kind of not like any other beer you've ever had. It's got a really, really sour finish.
Well, that's one way to get the prickly pear out of your system.
Yes, you want to get that prickly pear out of your behind.
Yeah.
You take a sour mash down. So they have a couple of sour mash pumpkin beers that I didn't enjoy very much, being the Jolly Pumpkin. But this one, and could you read us the name on that label there in studio, Alex?
Jolly Pumpkin Artisan Ales. This is called Calabaza Blanca.
Correct.
Artisan White Ale.
Yes. So it is an ale.
Brewed with spices.
But you can definitely feel a lot of the spice in there, too.
Yep.
Almost like a...
No, this is good.
Like a Christmassy
like
kind of wine kind of spice.
Yeah, no, this is... Yes, sours are a... sours are very much an acquired taste.
Yeah.
Yes. You either like them or you don't.
I haven't acquired it.
You haven't acquired it?
I'm just going to say that.
Well, okay. We got a real good description from Levis last time about a beer.
I was just trying to think of something.
And what I'd like Levis to do is just think real hard. I want him to take another good gulp of this beer. Because last time the description we got was somebody taking a wombat and squeezing the juice out of it and mixing it with 10W30 motor oil out of a 73 Oldsmobile, I believe it was.
That was an IPA. Yeah, that was pretty much...
And then put it in a cup and made
target.
him drink it. So I don't think it might be that bad, but I want him to enlighten us on what the sour mash is doing to his palate.
Jeez.
The facial expressions alone, you know.
And he is helicoptering as he's drinking it.
My eyes are watering too much to, like, focus on what it actually tastes like. God. Okay. So let's say you have a large oak tree.
All right.
All right. And there's a there's a woodpecker pounding on that oak tree.
All right. I got it.
And
I'm
as he's going...
I'm with you so far.
As he's going, you take a baseball bat and smack him in the back of the head with it.
Okay.
You then wipe down the baseball bat with your hand and lick it. And that's about where we're at here.
So the woodpecker has a sour flavor.
Well, when mixed
to his
with the
innards.
bark of the tree, yeah.
And
of
when
the
you
oak.
mix in the oak from the tree, it gives it the mash flavor.
That's where the mash comes from, right? Am I wrong?
Correct,
Am I wrong?
because you're mashing the woodpecker's head against the tree. Absolutely. Another great description of beer flavor by Levis, everybody.
How do they...
I personally like it.
All right, so let this be noted. Let this be noted that I have given 2 beers to the craft beer connoisseur. The first one was pretty good, and the second one was, I really like it.
There you...
I
can't argue because...
There you go.
On the other hand, in studio, Alex here found 2 beers that I found palatable. And the Bloody Orange is all right, but this one, you're on your own for the other 63 ounces there.
Well, I'll take it. Jeez. I'll take it, my friend.
Seriously, folks, this thing's like... it's like half a Slurpee cup full of sour mash. So,
well, when we do the Belgian beer special, that's what all the Belgian beer bottles look like. They're all that.
They all come in,
and they're 10.9% alcohol. So.
Well, this one doesn't necessarily
Pulling up
say
a cot.
It says 1 pint 9.4 fluid ounces. So I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah, all those Belgian beers come in huge
metric?
bottles.
1 pint fluid plus ounces.
It's 6 milliliters.
It's not 6 milliliters.
Well, milliliter is metric.
Yes, very.
You can't deny me on
very
that.
good, JDawg. Yes,
I'm a smart man, Ginny. So one thing I'm going to enjoy immensely tonight, probably even more tomorrow, is listening back to this show and saying, when did that happen? That's why In Studio Alex makes this so enjoyable, because by the time we get to JDawg's additional beers at the end, JDawg's pretty toasty. Pretty toasty. And not only is the helicoptering going to happen, but I'm going to go out and buy a Cocker Spaniel tomorrow at Petland. I'm going to bring it home. I'm going to cat block the Cocker Spaniel. And then after he's cat blocked, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the iPhone and cock block my wife with Stephen Jobs.
Nice.
While she's paying attention
Just walk
to
right
the
by her.
Cocker Spaniel.
Ah.
So I'm going to mix all this together tomorrow, and I'm going to make it happen. And then I'm going to dump sour mash on everything. So,
Like a jolly pumpkin.
and then in the morning,
You could be the jolly blumpkin.
I could be the jolly blumpkin. And then I could wake up in the morning with a prickly pear. So, that's how this is going to go. This
Only
is going
if
to
you're
be
lucky.
This is going to be an interesting Thursday. Thursday, ladies and gentlemen.
Sucks. I have a super early morning tomorrow, so
Of course you do.
Thank you in studio, Alex, for making my tomorrow.
You're most welcome.
I'm looking so much forward to the next 12 to 18 hours. I can't even describe it.
Well,
So-
this has been absolutely enjoyable. The last time it was a little hard getting some of those down, but I liked learning about IPA, because all I ever did was hear about all these people craving and raving about IPA beers. And once I got into it,
but they're like, it's like sour. People either love IPAs or they hate them.
it's absolutely one or the other.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of them.
Yeah.
However, the lighter one, I think the first one you came out was the Crystal Pale Ale was the first one.
Yep.
And that one was good, but it was only like, if I remember correctly, look at this. As,
my
as
goodness.
tipsy as I am, I remember it was 35
Correct.
IBU.
Yep.
Huh? You like
That's-
that? And
I just can't believe how
it had
often
just
you've-
enough hops that I was like, this is a very hoppy beer to me. But then the next one he breaks out is like 78, and then 1,093, and then 4,086. So,
this Porch Rocker is only 8 IBU.
right,
And the most we had tonight, I think, was in the Sierra Nevada, which was 28.
right. So we didn't even get near
Yeah,
the lowest one.
There's,
of all.
there's
the
not
scale.
a lot of hoppiness in these beers tonight.
So the 35 to me was a hoppy beer. The
Right.
other ones were just ridiculous. So they were hard to get down. But I want to, as you come into the studio and you bring us the beers, I want to learn about the different beers. I want
Yeah.
to try them all. So when I talk about them, a little more experience. Because now when somebody says IPA, I can say IP nay. Don't put it in my cup. I'm not a big fan.
Nay, my good man.
Nay. So, we are getting deep into the show here. What I'd like to have happen now, if it's at all possible, because Levis's face is just so precious right
It's
now.
sour.
I feel so bad. He's very sour. I want him to grab that 6-string gilly and throw it in his lap here. Because tonight, I was able to grace you with a beer song. But I am not going to let you leave without hearing Levis tickle those strings for you.
I only have a chorus.
Because that is a staple of the show. So let's
It's just a chorus, folks.
Let's keep it in the tone of the show, and let's see if we can get through this song. And anybody who wants to sing, feel free to just jump right in there. And Alex, if you want to do that, what I'm going to do here now, while he's doing that here, I'm actually going to print you a copy, Alex, and I'm going to hand it to you. So you may hear the printer fire off here in a moment. But
I assure you, no one ever wants to hear me sing.
right now I want to hear you sing, let me tell you. This is a song called Beer Run. And we never played it, but it's pretty much the same country chords as every other song. So if you feel like you want to sing along, Alex, go right ahead. This is the BEERRUN Beer Run.
You pretty much sang the whole song.
I kind of did. Lee started off.
BEERRUN beer run. BEERRUN beer run. All we need is 10 and a 5er, car and a key and a sober driver. BEERRUN
Bear Road.
There you go. In studio, Alex jumping right in there. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, don't you stop playing that 10-string, 12-string.
Oh no, they're still going.
6-string gilly.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. It's a good time, as always.
Always a good time.
Appreciate it.
Do I do the chorus one more time?
I think you should probably do another verse there. At least one more
Another verse?
And then we'll hit that chorus real hard.
A couple of frat guys from Abilene drove out all night to see Robert O'Keen at the Kipsy Swine and the soiree dance. Wore baseball caps and khaki pants. They wanted cigarettes, so they saved a little money. They got one from a hippie who smelled kind of funny, and the next thing they knew, they were both pretty hungry and pretty thirsty too.
Oh, yeah.
B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All we need is a 10 and a 5, or a car and a key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N,
Beer run. The beer run, ladies and gentlemen, here on the JDawg and Levis show. We just went through a beer run tonight with in-studio Alex giving us 5 summer beers. I added 2 at the end, so that's 7 beers we tasted tonight. That means I'm going to sleep really good or really bad. I don't know which way it's going to go, but I'll let you know on the next podcast, which will be podcast 20, ladies and gentlemen. 20 we're coming up on for the JDawg and Levis show. So as the 6-string Gilly jams with the 10 fingers of Levis tonight, I want to remind you
Well done.
of the places you can reach us at. You can always reach us here on the Spreaker.com. That's www.spreaker.com/JDawg and Levis is where we host our podcast. You can also do a search on iTunes for JDawg and Levis and find us there. You can do a search on YouTube.com for JDawg and Levis and also find the audio there. We someday will probably be doing an in-studio video on YouTube.
What?
We've talked about it. We've thought about it. Hasn't happened yet, but for now, it's just the audio of the show. So go ahead and go to YouTube and type in JDawg and Levis, and you'll find all the podcasts there. Please make sure that when you go to these different sites, such as YouTube, iTunes, or Spreaker, that you're either joining the group or you're subscribing, so that when we come out with new episodes, we come out with new ideas, you're getting that information delivered to your phone, delivered to your email, delivered right to you, so you know that you can tune in and find new information for the JDawg and Levis show. One other place you can find us, it's an informational site for podcasting, is blueberry.com. It's www.blubrry. Let me try that again, www.blubrry.com. It's a very, very popular site for podcasts, and you'll find a lot of enjoyable podcasts there, but we are on there. So, please email us with any ideas. If it's a song idea for Levis, if it's a beer that you want Alex to bring next time, if it's a wine that you want Alex to bring when he does the wine special, or the Belgian beer special, which is going to knock me out of my chair, because right now I feel like there's a prickly pear coming out of my butt and slapping me in the face. So if he brings Belgian beer, it's going to be a really interesting show. So please email us, tell us different ideas, give us ideas of what you want, tell us what you think of the show. The email is jdawgandlevis@gmail.com. It's jdawgandlevis@gmail.com. We want to hear from you, and we want to please the audience, so tell us what you need, tell us what you want to hear, tell us what you want to know. Also, again, tonight, we came up with the inspirational thought of the day. It's going to come back. We're going to have that, so make sure that you get all of your inspiration for life from the JDawg and Levis show. We are willing to give it to you if you're willing to take it.
That should be on a shirt.
So
we're
again,
willing to give it to you.
We're willing
if you're
to give
willing
it
to take it.
If you're willing to take it. So, Alex, did you get your T-shirt?
I did, sir. Thank you very much.
He did get your T-shirt. He's going to go home with that tonight. I offered him a large, and I said, do you need a medium? He said, large is good. I think I did well there. So, if I'd offered him a medium, then he might have thought that I thought he was a wuss. But that's not the case. I gave him a large. So, like I said, when you go home in helicopter, make sure you got that arm's length out there, because when we're talking large, you're going to knock the beer out of your hand if you're helicoptering. Thank you, Michael Allen Gould, for the Urban Dictionary update. We got 4 words tonight, all on the theme of cock, ladies and gentlemen. He stayed with it through all 4 terms. Thank you very much for calling in and giving that to us. Seamus O'Leary, you are definitely Seamus Mickleback from now on, because I did not get a text back from you. We did not hear from you tonight. We need to get you back on the show. Whether Alex is here or not, we need to hear from you. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been podcast number 19 on July 13th, 2016. Thank you very much for tuning in. We will be back next week with podcast 20. I don't know if it's going to be a real big show. It might be a little show, but it's going to be a show. So we'll talk to you then. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening.
B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Come on, Alex. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All I need is 10 and a fiber, a car and a key and a sober driver. BEERUN.
Bear Road.
That's what I'm talking about. Woo, doggy.